Hi, third grade. How's everybody doing? What a beautiful day in April, right? It's April. I forget my days now that we're not in school. Do you think what I'm wearing is what I should be wearing right now for this weather? I mean, look at it. The sun's out, there's no rain, no snow. I think I'm dressed appropriately, right? Maybe? What do you guys think? You're right. I probably shouldn't be wearing this today, especially because it's almost 60 degrees out. Okay? Would we wear snow pants, hats, gloves, coats, scarves, boots in the middle of April if it's this nice out? I don't think so, right? Well, luckily, based on what we know about weather and climate over the years, especially with our local forecast, we know what to wear. So Mrs. Hamlin's going to go take some of this winter gear off and we're going to kick off this lesson. Okay, third grade, much better. My t-shirt is comfortable. I still have the sun on me. Okay. For science for the rest of the year, we are going to learn about weather and climate. And so today, to kick it off, we're going to do climate versus weather, kind of a mini investigation. If you can, I want you guys to grab your word cards. You guys have 20 of them, but I need you to find meteorologist. I know these are backwards for you, meteorologist and forecast, and also climate and weather. I accidentally wrote in the directions that you only needed climate and weather, but please make sure that you grab meteorologist and forecast. I am going to flip my camera around, and that way we can go over these vocab words together. Okay, first let's look at the word climate. This word should be familiar to you guys because we did learn a little bit about it in our life science unit. Okay, so climate is the long-term weather conditions of a given area, including precipitation, temperature, humidity, and more. And all of these words, precipitation, temperature, humidity, and the more, you will learn about in our next lesson. Okay? Climate is long-term. I want you to think about that. Long-term. Long-term weather conditions. Okay? Now let's look at weather. Weather is the current state of the atmosphere and climate, including precipitation, temperature, humidity, and more. So we've seen a repetition in these words. These words are going to be heard a lot and used a lot in the next couple of lessons. Weather is the current state. Can anybody tell me what current means? Think in your brain, use your schema. What do you think current means? Current means what is happening now. Okay, I'm just going to put now here for a second. Our weather right now. So like you saw, I was outside on my deck and it was beautiful out. But I know that like last week we had snow. So the current state of our weather. Okay, nice job, friends. Now the next two words that I did not put on your direction sheet are meteorologist and forecast. I want you to think for a second. And have you ever heard of the word meteorologist before? Okay, meteorologist. Meteorologist is someone who studies the weather. Okay? And if you look at this picture right here, you can see that there is a meteorologist, and if you look real close, they are showing you a map and the weather in the background. As your parents or your grandparents or older siblings, aunts and uncles, as they watch the news, you've probably seen a meteorologist before. They are usually in front of a green screen that projects out a map of the area, and they tell you different temperatures, precipitation, humidity, and more. Okay? The meteorologist, who studies weather, gives a forecast. A forecast is a description of important weather conditions expected in the upcoming days. So for example, if I wanted to look at the weather for the next couple of days, I would open up my phone and I would use my weather app. That data shown on the weather app comes from a meteorologist. They have to look at the forecast and provide it to citizens like you and me. So we have our words climate and weather. Climate is long-term, weather is the current weather, current state. We have meteorologist, a person who studies weather, and we have forecast. So, now using those vocab words, Okay, climate, weather, meteorologist, and forecast. We are going to look at the question of the day. And today our question is, what is the difference between climate and weather? That is our question of the day. And we have two vocab words. What is the difference between climate and weather? So now that we've reviewed our vocab words, okay, we are going to pull out our Venn diagram page. This is your work page for today. Okay, so make sure you have that out and a pencil or a pen or a crayon, marker, colored pencil, whatever you can use to complete this. Okay, now this diagram should look very familiar to you guys. This is a Venn diagram. And if it helps, you can even take your pencil and maybe overlap the circle. So that way it finishes off. You have your climate, weather, and then everything in the middle here is what would be the same. Now, the directions on your worksheet say cut out the statements below and sort into the circles for either climate or weather. Now, I am not going to cut this out because I want to keep this intact in case anybody has any questions, but I am going to read over the options with you, okay? And at home, you can either write these down or you can feel free to cut them out. I did make sure it was printed with nothing on the back so you can cut out and sort, okay? It's raining today. The summers are hotter lately. We average about 12 inches of snow each year. We didn't get any rain this week. It's hurricane season. We always seem to have rainy springs. It's over 100 degrees today. Yesterday we got over 3 inches of snow. Last summer was drier than average, and the wind speeds were up to 30 miles per hour yesterday. Okay? So if we think back to those important vocab words that we discussed, climate and weather, okay? Remember, climate is long term. Weather is the current state. So let's look at this first rectangle. It says it's raining today. Okay? I have to remember my weather is now or current and my climate is long term. So if I was going to sort out it's raining today, where do you think I would put it? Think about the important word in it's raining today. Is today going to be long term or now? Right. It's going to be right now. So it's raining today. Nice job, guys. Let's move on to the next one. And these are the only two I'm going to do with you because I want to see what you guys know. The next rectangle says the summers are hot lately. Now let's think about that. The summers are hot lately. Are they talking about this summer or last summer? I don't think so because they only said summers, which means there's more than one. And they are hotter lately. So I'm going to have to say, if it's not this summer or last summer, it's not now or current, so that would be long term. The summers, ooh, Mrs. Hanlon is struggling with her writing, are hotter lately. Notice how I am writing pretty big, okay? If I was doing this on my own, I would probably be using a pen, and I would be making it smaller so I could fit everything. Okay, so I know that I've done these top two rectangles. I'm going to leave the rest of the rectangles up to you, okay? And before I finish up my lesson, I want you to look at the bottom. How would you describe the difference between climate and weather? I wonder if I looked at my vocab words, climate, weather, meteorologist, and forecast, if those would help me answer that question. How would you describe the difference between climate and weather? Okay, again, I am not going to write my answer for you because I want to know what you know. Okay? In your answer, I want it to be 1 to 2 sentences. Okay? Remember, in a sentence, you have a capital letter at the beginning. You have punctuation, which would be a period, exclamation point, or a question mark. And I also want you to use the words climate and weather. Okay? After you have finished your Venn diagram, make sure you've sorted out all of these rectangles into each climate and weather section. You're going to do your 1 to 2 sentences telling me how you would describe the difference between climate and weather. And then I want you to see if you can look up your local forecast. Okay? One example, let me find my phone. Okay, I have an iPhone, and if I go to my weather app, okay, I live in Stanwood, and it's telling me it's 57 degrees right now. And the rest of the day, it looks like it's going to be sunny. That is my daily forecast. Now, as I go through the bottom part, it's going to tell me that there's a chance of rain tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, but the rest of the week looks really nice. Okay? So I want you to see if you can find the local forecast for the city you live in. Okay? Make sure that you complete your Venn diagram and answer these questions. Don't forget to check out your vocab words. Okay? And Mrs. Hamlin is even going to use these in later lessons, so make sure you hold on to all of these vocab words. Even though we only use these 4 today, I want you to make sure that you hold on to them. Okay? It was great to see you guys today. I miss you all. I hope this lesson made sense. If you have any questions, there is a spot on our website for you to post your question to me. Okay? Every section of subjects on the website have that little spot down in the bottom of the page, and you just fill out your question and you put your name, and it'll go directly to the teacher that can help you. Okay, so Mrs. Pinkham has reading, writing. It also comes to me. I have science, and Miss Hathaway has math. So if you ever have any questions, email me, or you can fill out that question spot. I hope you guys have a great day. I miss you, and I can't wait for next lesson.